Hey guys, welcome to another video. So I wanted to get this video together on my experience traveling with film recently on about a week and a half vacation to Kissimmee is what all of us say when we're not from there. Kissimmee, Florida, and it's around Orlando, real close to Orlando Springs or downtown Disney, what I used to remember it as, but it's now Orlando Springs. And had an opportunity because we drove down to bring us a lot of gear I wanted to test out and do some stuff and get some content and have some fun. And one of the biggest things I did was wanted to bring film. Wanted to make sure that I had a good plan, if you will. And as I was getting my plan together and as things basically happened, transpired as I was on this trip, there definitely is some lessons learned. So here it goes. This is what I learned. First things first, it's good to know what type of camera you're going to bring. How easy you want the camera to work with you while you're out traveling. Whether you want to have a camera like, say, full manual where you can slow up and take images, or whether you want something more in the point and shoot automatic range. And what I decided on this trip, instead of bringing my rangefinder cameras, I brought for 35mm film the Fujifilm Class. There we go. And really nice, pocketable, fully automatic, but you can shoot manual. Not the greatest camera. It'll let you shoot a program, which is what I tend to shoot it in, or aperture priority. And then for the medium format, as you guys know, I have the GA645 Professional here. And this camera also very easy to handle. Pretty much will shoot automatic. It's basically like a medium format point and shoot camera. And I brought them because of ease of use. Traveling, not knowing what I was going to get into. So they worked out great. I'll tell you that right away. Definitely a pro in thinking about that. The other thing I thought about before leaving on this trip was, where was I going? What sites I was going to see. The wife and I like going to butterfly houses, so that was definitely going to be on your menu. We like going to botanical gardens when we travel. That was definitely on the menu of things to go see. And then anything else in between. There was a soccer game I went to. There was a minor league baseball field where we saw the Tigers play at that we went to. There was a film I wanted to test out. There was a nursery that the butterfly house was at that we went to. So plenty of opportunities to shoot pretty much almost any film stock I wanted. Wanted to test out a film stock. It is a blue overcast hue film stock. I'll try to get an image of it up somewhere so you see what it is. Pacifica, I think, was the name of it. 200 ISO, which I thought, oh, this is going to be great. The weather, which is the next thing I wanted to bring up, was going to be bright and sunny. Not a lot of bad weather, but as we got closer to the vacation window, storms, as you guys know, recently just went through the Southeast and Midwest. We got to the end of that in Florida when we got down there on the drive. So I even decided, when I first got there, I wanted to take images while I'm traveling. The Fujifilm Class did a great job of that in the car. And as we got there, I immediately ran out the house. It was overcast. You could see the lightning storm out in the distance. And I did one of the things that you don't think about when you're excited is making sure you have the right film speed in your camera for what you're going to be shooting. It was overcast, lightning, threat of rain. I took out the medium format. Probably should have took out the 35. What ISO 200 film in it, this Pacifica test film, because I wanted to take pictures of the bright yellow houses, seeing how the film would work against that. That didn't go well. So better to know more about the film that you're going to test and the environment that's best to test it in. So I'll definitely want to give that film another try when it's brighter out and really look at the complementary colors to blue. The yellows did not do well. This film had a very kind of faded look to it too, and that's because it wasn't bright enough outside. And all in all, it was more red, orangey overtone that it had than the blue that I was expecting. So I will definitely give it another try. And because of the fact that it was ISO speed 200, and I probably should have had 800 in there, it was underexposed. So lesson learned there. The other thing that I learned was you know, traveling by plane is definitely different. You can't quite bring everything you want, and you also kind of got to be a little bit more careful with your film. A lot of folks don't want to send their film through the scanners at the security checkpoints. They want to hand check them. I at least saw signs up in DFW, which I thought was great, showing that, you know, any film that was below 800 ISO can go through their x-rays and shouldn't be harmed. So I'm actually looking forward to maybe trying that on the next trip I go on, bring my Kloss with me along with some film and see what happens. Because I don't really shoot anything above 800, so we'll see. And then it's just something you have to consider when you're traveling, right? By car, it's easy. I'm in the car, I took everything with me that I wanted to take with me, and I took a lot of stuff to play with. So the next thing that I learned was, along with the whole issue with knowing what's in your camera, the biggest takeaway for me is I didn't quite think about the variety of ISO speeds that I needed. I thought the 200 Kodak that I had and the 400 Kodak that I had was going to be great, but I wanted to bring some 800 because I thought I might be doing some night photography, or at least as it got a little later in the day. And I did that for both cameras, and it turned out we did a lot of stuff during the day. It was super bright. On some days it got as hot as 91 degrees and it's no clouds, and I really just had too much 800 speed film. So with that said, you know, just wanted to say, guys, you know, my experience, hopefully you can learn from it when it comes to traveling with film, is one, you definitely want to make sure you bring the camera right for you, that you want to shoot with, for the environment you're going to shoot in and what you think you're going to shoot as far as the subject. You definitely want to think about how you're traveling down there. Are you flying or driving? Or if you're flying, are you going to have to check that film, or is it going to have to go through the scanner? Is it higher than 800 speed? And, you know, you're going to want to hand check that. The other thing is the weather, you know, knowing what film you currently have. And then, of course, getting the right speeds. Knowing that I was on vacation going to Florida, I should have probably had 100 speed, 80 speed, and 50 speed film, and more of that. Probably no, if not maybe one ISO 800 speed for maybe some lake photography. So hopefully you guys got something out of this. I got a lot of content coming from that trip. Have a good one, guys. Comment, like, subscribe. All the news for all the folks that's new to the channel. If you aren't subscribed, definitely subscribe so we can keep growing the channel. And I'll see you guys on the next video.